like to prepare. One thing about me, I will think of any scenario and I like to prepare for things. This is really just a rant at this point. Oh, I should also tell y'all about my experience with wholesale and why I will not do that again. So hey guys, it is Brianna, aka Hooked by Brianna, and welcome back to another episode of No BS, a series where we expand our knowledge together without sugarcoating anything. So hey guys, it has been a while since we had a new No BS video, but here is one today. This is more of just where my head is at and my thoughts on like where crochet artists are heading in the future, if that makes sense. Like now that so many brands have crochet pieces that they're selling for a low price, like I explained, I think it was my first No BS video, but now, especially since it's more summertime, anytime I go into a store, I see something crochet and it's like, I love that everybody loves the look of it and that it is stylish and popular, but with that it's like it's kind of saturating our market. So it's like people would rather buy the cheaper ones because one is more affordable and it's just in their face all the time. It's already right there for them to just go up and buy for like $10 instead of, let's say, buying a bralette from me for at least like $30. My store is more online, so you only really see my products if you found me on YouTube, Instagram, and it's like because of that, honestly, it has been kind of disheartening to crochet as much, and I've really just been focusing on what I'm going to do if it is completely saturated in that market and I just don't get as many orders as I used to. So I like to be prepared for if like I can't rely on that in the future, because for the past like 2 years I've just been focused on making stuff for people rather than what I'm doing now, which is more catered towards creators as well, because there's always going to be creators. They're online, they're on Instagram. So I feel like that's an easier and more effective market for me to target now that all of these brands are offering cheaper crochet pieces. And it's like I still love to crochet, I still love making custom pieces for people. It's just that the reality is a lot of the people I want to make stuff for, they can't afford getting stuff from me, if that makes sense, because I really did raise my prices because one, everything is going up. It costs a lot now for me to ship things and for me just to buy yarn because those prices went up. So that's forcing me to raise my prices. And it's like I love making stuff for any age, of course, but I like making stuff for people my age too, because a lot of the crochet stuff for years has already been catered towards older people, more adult, like not so young adult teen like I am. So I love making stuff like that, but it's like it's hard to find people who will buy things from me at that price who are my age, because like not everybody my age can afford like a $200 crochet piece. You could just get it from Forever 21 for like $20 max. This is really just a rant at this point. The market is forever evolving with anything. So it's like, even if people are still ordering from me now, I still get orders all the time. It's just, I like to prepare. One thing about me, I will think of any scenario and I like to prepare for things. The only thing that I do is crochet. I did work at Joann's for a little bit, but then I decided to quit and just to focus on crocheting only again. And that's pretty much how I've really been for the past 2 years. And it's like I don't want to have to go get a normal 9 to 5. I want to be able to just rely on crocheting, influencing, and stuff like that. I don't know how long that can last me, so I have to keep evolving my mindset, evolving what I'm doing. And I mean, I believe in myself. I know I can do it. It just makes me wonder of what it's going to look like in the next few years. Like, is crochet stuff going to be the new knit. Like, because yeah, knitted stuff has been around for a while. It's been very saturated for a while, but that's also because there's machinery and everything. And I don't know, with crocheting, it's like, it's more with the heart. It's more, you have to do it with your bare hands. And it's like, these people are working for these companies doing it with their bare hands and stuff for cheap, probably not getting paid enough. And it's like, oh, I should also tell y'all about my experience with wholesale and why I will not do that again. So I did work with a brand before, and I was making pieces for their shop, and that was when I first started. Like, I was like, what, 17? I had no idea what I was doing. That's whenever I first blew up, and it was like a great opportunity, so I was like, of course I'll do it. And it was a bunch of like sweaters, shorts, there's stuff that's been on my page that they liked and they wanted in a certain type of yarn. And so they would send me the yarn, so I didn't have to pay for the yarn, so that was good. And then I would just crochet the pieces for them. I'll say, started off with maybe, I'll just say 4 of each thing. So I had like 5 different designs. I had to make 4 of each thing in 2 different sizes or whatever. And I was not getting paid enough for that. And that's because, one, the items that I already sold on my own were not worth the price that they should have been, because I was scared to charge so much at the time. I was 17, never had a job, just started crocheting for other people. So yeah, and it was just like, one, I hate making the same thing all the time, and I didn't know that until I did that, because I never had to. So it's just like the pressure of, I have to make this, and like my creativity was gone. I couldn't, but I had to, because I like to keep my word for things. And don't get me wrong, like, they were really nice. I was slaving, and I didn't even know it until I just started hating crocheting. I didn't even want to crochet anymore once I did that. So I did that, let's say, for about a year, and yeah, they never even put it in their shop or whatever. So it's like, that makes it even worse. I did all of that work for you to not even sell it or even post pictures of it. And yeah, so that was just kind of frustrating, and that was just a bad first experience with wholesaling. And like, of course, part of that was on me. I didn't know what to value my stuff at the time, and I was just dumb. And now I learned a lot more since then, so it's just looking at it in hindsight. Like, that's how I know I probably will never do it again. And that really contributed to burnout and just not being inspired, just making it feel like a normal job, which I want to feel like I am being creative, have a voice through my art and stuff. And for that, I just felt like I was working for like Shein or something. But yeah, so that's why I never would probably work for a brand again, wholesale wise, like making pieces for them. And that's why it makes me connect with the people who have to make these things for fast fashion brands even more, because it's like, I was still getting paid like fine, and I still hated it, still dreaded it, didn't want to do it at all anymore by the end of it. And it's like, they probably don't have a choice. They have to do this for their families and stuff. So it just makes me feel even worse for them, because at least I found a way out. And my way out was just, I'm going to college, I don't think I'll have time. Because I just felt bad to like stop. But at some point you have to do what's best for you and your happiness. So it was a wonderful decision. I can't imagine working for them now still. And it's no diss to them. It's just me experiencing something and realizing that that's not for me. So this no BS video really just turned into wholesale stuff. and how it's like, well, how my experience was to crochet and sell wholesale to a brand. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts down below on where you think the future of crochet artists will be, and just your thoughts on wholesaling as a crochet artist as well.